Hey guys, welcome to my September 24th DVD update. It's been exactly 2 weeks since my last update, and in this update I'm going to show you, as usual, all the DVDs I've gotten over the last 2 weeks. The first DVD I got came out this Tuesday, and this was something that I always kept seeing the bootlegs of them at horror conventions. And I've seen them at the horror convention, the bootlegs of this specific show, for the last 5 years, 5 to 6 years, or at least since I first started going. I think the first horror convention I went to was Horrifying in 1999 or something like that. And it's Friday the 13th, the series. And now this doesn't have anything to do with the Friday the 13th, the movie. I think they just used that name because when this came out, in '87, I think it was just riding off the movie's popularity or something like that. Because it really has nothing at all to do with Jason or anything like that. It's about these people who their grandfather dies or something, and their uncle dies, and then somehow they get left his old antique shop, and it turns out all the antiques in his shop were cursed or had something problem with them, so they have to go and find all the antiques and get them back from people, and then there's always a problem, the mysterious pen that does this, or if you write with the pen then you die, or it's kind of peculiar. I actually like it though, but it's it's not like Tales from the Crypt or something where it's the tale of the box spring mattress of death, and then it goes to the tale. This actually has the people from the antique shop actually going into it. They're actually in every single episode, experiment, figuring out the clues and finding the thing. The next one I got was for some reason a pain in the ass to get. They had to go in the back, and it's the Goosebumps One Night at Horrorland. It's the first of the Goosebumps DVDs. Well, I think they released 3 last week, but they have the new cover. Originally, they were just using the covers that were from the books, from the original 1994 or 5 books. I guess that's when they're from it. But now they've designed these new sort of Photoshop as covers. And the thing when you watch these back, they seem very cheap when you watch them back. Horrorland, when you pay attention to what it is, it's basically filmed on a wilderness trail with these cardboardish setup, apparently things that say boat ride. It's very funny though, but it's very cheeseballish when you actually you basically don't want to pay too much attention to it. The next one I haven't watched yet. I just got yesterday. And this one I've heard nothing but good things about it. And apparently it's the third part of it fits in with Suspiria in some way. And it's Dario Argento's Mother of Tears. And this is the unrated version. The version at Walmart and some other places is the cut version. So if you get it, make sure you go out and get the unrated version. And this one, and I still have to get the second volume to this. As you know, they're doing Create Space is working with Nickelodeon, and since and now they're releasing some of the Nickelodeon titles. These are official DVDs, but from Create Space, because I guess Nickelodeon doesn't have enough faith in releasing them themselves because they're worried they're not going to sell what happened with Pete and Pete. They sold some, but they didn't sell enough, so they stopped releasing them. That same thing happened with Clarissa, and the same thing happened with the Amanda Show. And basically now I'm guessing they're going to sell them all through Amazon with Create Space. It's the first volume of Rocko. And they don't have a ton of episodes. This one has 6 episodes. Disc 2 has 6. So it's basically, and by episodes it's the parts. So it's essentially 3 episodes a disc. So it's an hour and 38 minutes for the whole thing, I'm guessing. So it's not really that long. I'm surprised they didn't release them as full seasons because that's what they did with the Doug versions. And the next one I got was I watched the Little Britain DVDs the first season and really, really loved it. So I ordered season 2 and 3. Season 2's upstairs, but it's season 3 here. And I mean, some people said the show wasn't as funny as it went along. I think it was just as funny. I really liked it. And I watched the first episode of the American series they have it already, you can watch. It's good, I like certain parts of it, but some of the characters changed a little bit, so if you watch it, you notice a few differences. And it's not as funny being set in America. It's just going to take getting used to, I think. And I also got, which was hard to find, I found it used, Little Britain Live, and it has a really interesting documentary though about Matt Lucas. I think it's I believe that's who it was, who was doing Swimming the English Channel, which was on that. And I got sent two screeners, and Deception, which was the Hugh Jackman, Ewan McGregor. I can't, no, I don't remember exactly right now. Deception. Well, I saw it already in theaters, and I watched it again, though. I don't remember the cast. I'm just not thinking right now, because it's because it doesn't have the cover, so I'm usually looking at the cover and reading it and cheating. But I can't do that. Oh. But I can talk about Pathology. I don't know any of the names of the cast. I saw the copy in Walmart and it says someone from Lost or something is in it. But it's about these medical students, and they work in like the embalming, or like they experiment on the dead people or whatever they're doing. And it was similar to Anatomy 2. If you've seen Anatomy 2, it's almost the same movie in a strange way. Well, at least it was very similar, I thought. Unless I was getting it confused, but it's like they're doing these experiments, and they're in this group, and they kill people, and then they have to figure out how they did it by doing their experiments. I don't know, it was interesting. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, though. One thing I got for $5, and this is something I've been wanting to watch for a while for some reason, and it's the movie that no one speaks of at all. It's the Eddie Murphy movie, Holy Man. And it was $5. I don't know, I just wanted to watch this again for some reason. Because lately I've been watching all those Eddie Murphy movies like Bowfinger. And I mean, for some reason he gets a bad rap lately. But, I mean, he's been in a lot of movies that I've liked. Now here comes a movie that everyone has shit on so bad. And I don't think I could find one person who agreed with me and liked this movie. I mean, everybody I mentioned go, ugh. I mean, even at the movie theaters where I was trying to tell people it was good, it was funny, they're like, doesn't look good, that trailer looks awful, I'm not seeing it. I mean, I don't get what's wrong, I liked it. And it's Mike Myers' movie, The Love Guru, on Blu-ray. And I got sent this copy, and I mean, I really like this movie. I don't get all the problems with it. I mean, it wasn't as funny as Austin Powers or anything, but I thought it was good. And I actually watched through all the features on this for some reason. Like, I normally don't do that, but I actually watched every feature there was on the entire disc. And then afterwards, I wish there was a commentary. But it's, Mike Myers as this guru, and he's like, basically, I'm not even going to try and explain it, because then people will go, ooh, it doesn't sound good. But basically, just give it a shot. I liked it. Maybe I'm nuts or something, but I thought it was funny. And the next one I got, I was actually happy these finally came out. It's just been the Chipmunks go to the movies, and then the Chipmunks, like holiday specials. These are actually the episodes of the Alvin and the Chipmunks, the 80s cartoon, the actual show itself. And they actually put pretty many episodes on it. It's got 173 minutes long. It's kind of similar to what the Rocko is, the way it's laid out and everything. But I guess there's more hope of selling this than Rocko, since not as many kids know of it now. Or something like that. Because the covers have been redone for these to try and, I guess, sell more. Because these are not the original drawings. And they they did the same thing with the Berenstain Bears DVDs. They put these newish covers, and you can't tell if they're the old one from the 70s and 80s or they're the new one. And this one, everyone else is another one. People said it was bad, and I had not seen it before, and I wanted just to watch it. For some reason, I just had this urge to watch this. And it's Al Pacino in 88 minutes. And everyone was going to go, ooh. I actually sort of liked it. I mean, it wasn't really the best thing in the world, and there wasn't too many, positive qualities about it. I don't know if there was any positive qualities about it. It was basically Al Pacino as this, detective, and he, made this call and said this guy was guilty of committing murder on these women and all these other people. And then the guy's like, I didn't do it. And then Al Pacino, 10 years later, when the guy's about to be executed, he's like, he gets a call, you have 88 minutes to live, doctor, or something, Venkman, and better think about your life. And I don't want to, ruin the twist or anything to it, but, I mean, it was unique. I mean, the attractive redhead girl from Cease to Be Demented was in it. I mean, that was a positiveness about it. I mean, give it a whirl if you'd like. Or rent it from the dollar DVD machines. And these are some weird ones I got at the dollar store. I got, I don't know anything about these. Hal Roth presents Who Killed Doc Robin? Night Fright and Sisters of Death. Circus of Fear and Carnival of Souls. And this I have no idea what I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking with these. I just couldn't resist the cheapness of the cover. And it's all in the morning and other stories. And then like on the back it's like this real cheapish picture. It's like, this is like the ultimate cheap. It's like if the 70s, if there were DVDs in the 70s, this is what it would look like. It would look like this cheapness. It's like, I mean, you have to admit, this is cheap. I mean, what are you even supposed to think when you see something like this? And then another one I got, and I was wishing they'd have the American one of these, because they look so strange, but they didn't. And it's called Jack L. E. Beanstalk, and I think it's in French, El Beanstalk. And I looked in there, and they have like pictures, and they are out in American somewhere. But they're not. It's best not to even try and read it, because. But look, even the type, it looks like the 70s book. I basically just got it because like how cheap they look. This other one, Micro Mini Kids, I have no idea what this is. I guess it's like one of those Moonbeam films. And this one is another one that everyone told me I should get, and I never had, and I love it. I've always loved the movie, but I haven't watched it in a long time. And it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And one thing I secretly obsess over with this movie is that one scene when John Candy's going, "Oh, like me," and like with that like really cool like synthish music over it. Like the music in this movie is like outstanding. It's like that great true 80s synth. I mean, you don't hear that anymore. I mean, why do we not have? Why is it we can't hear it anymore? I'd like to hear movies when you hear good synth music like this. They kind of did that in Pineapple Express by bringing back Huey Lewis and the music and some of the scenes. I was like, that was one of the few movies that had that kind of music lately, at least slightly close. And this one, people told me like in the last update that it was good, so I figured I'd just check it out and see. And it's ooey balls, as I say. New other film that came out like a week after Postal, Seed, about this killer who got executed, and like there's some kind of a law that's not really true, but they said it was true. And if someone gets electrocuted 2 times or 3 times and doesn't die, and he comes back to life, they have to let him free. And apparently the guy gets electrocuted and he doesn't die, and they bury him. Then he comes back and kills people. That's basically the movie. But it's pretty much like a throwback to 80s slasher. I mean, it was done pretty well. It was filmed fine. I mean, it was definitely... I mean, the one movie he did that everyone hated, that House of the Dead, I mean, I always thought that was alright. I mean, there really was nothing wrong with that. It was just cheeseballish, but it was fine. I mean, it was you could watch it. It wasn't, like, totally awful like Alone in the Dark and stuff. I did get 2 Blu-rays this month, which I was sent. And I got the new Iron Man set, which I'm going to talk about in the next update. And I know me and MJ have talked about these many times, and we've never seen them. And for the next update, I will watch them. And it's the Godfather collection on Blu-ray. All the discs, all 3 of the movies. Yes, and I have them now, and I will watch them. So people out there have told me a million times to see them, I will. Another one I got sent that I'm going to watch for the next update. And this is one I've been wanting to see for a while, because they were talking about at Comic-Con at the Pineapple Express panel. And it's the, I think it's the Danny McBride film. I think the movie that Will Ferrell saw, and that's why I put him in some of his films, The Foot Fist Way. And now, as some of you know, me and MJ started a P.O Box where you can send us, like, if you've made a movie or you have things you want us to check out, or props for our videos, whatever, anything like that. Like, I'll put the link on, the address on the side of this video. Some of the things we were sent to our P.O. Box, and I'll show them in this update, is this mystery collection with Peter Lorre, Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and Basil Rathbone. The mystery collection. And Oz, the complete first season, which I'm going to be watching soon. Down by the Law, a Jim Jarmusch film, and I believe this is the guy who wrote and directed Coffee and Cigarettes. The one that I did get to watch is the Damon Packard film, Reflections of Evil. And Damon, who sent me this, I really love this. I mean, there were scenes in this movie that took place at Universal Studios backlot. like on the tour, and then there's these shots of the like this model of it. The stuff on the tour and the stuff on the ET ride was outstanding. It was like truly airy feeling scenes. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And there were some sequences in this that were tried to look like they were from the 70s and were done so well with the aging. It wasn't like just a cheap age filter or like, you know, trying to dress 70s or something. It actually looked like it was actually filmed in the 70s. I mean, like something Dario Argento did or something. And it's like about this fat guy who was like gigantic trying to sell all these watches to people on the street. And there's these really funny reactions of people like in stores. And I can't tell if they were actors or if he was just filming these people. The movie's so strange you can't even tell at some points if these are actors or if what's going on is real. It's freaky. It's like a total surreal movie. I really love this. And the other one I'm going to watch that he sent me was Space Disco 1, the movie. And I'll definitely talk about this for the next update. So anyway, like I said, if you have anything you'd like to send us, we do a video every Friday showing what we got. We open it live on camera and show the things we got. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time on the next update 2 weeks from now. See you later.